In verse 7, John continues, and he writes more details regarding the locusts. And the likeness of the locusts, their similitude or similarities were similar to horses. And they are horses that have been prepared or made ready for war, for a battle. And on their heads they were in comparison to crowns of gold. And their faces, that visage, the way people could see them, were in comparison to the faces of men, humans, mankind. And from the point of view of these locusts continuing to occur during that past time, this is John looking back at it, for that 5-month period of time, they had hairs, as the hairs are hair of women, long flowing hairs. And their teeth were in comparison to the teeth of lions, big, strong, sharp teeth. And they have breastplates. They had thoraxes, or the part of the bodies that would give protection to the chest area, was in comparison to the breastplates made of iron. And the sound of their wings as they moved was in comparison to the sound of chariots being pulled by a lot of horses running into war or battle, quickly moving into battle. And from the viewpoint of the locust activities having a continued effect for that 5-month period of time, they hold tails similar to scorpions. We saw that a little bit previously. And how were they similar to the scorpions? They had points or stings, as it were, pricks which can hurt when it would prick, at the end of their tails. And within the sphere of action of their tails is their authority to treat the men unrighteously for that 5-month period of time. That's how they would hurt the men. They have on them a king over them, honor over them. A king, of course, being a sovereign or a monarch, one who is royal and can rule over them. And their king is who or what? John writes very plainly, their king is the angel pertaining to the abyss. So this angel is the spirit being referred to in verse 1, which we read earlier, as the star which has already fallen out from heaven into the earth, that being the devil, Satan. So this angel is the devil, Satan. And in this context, the name given to him is, in the Hebrew language, Abaddon, and in the Greek language, meaning the same thing, it's Apollyon. And being translated, of course, that means the one who is destroying. He is the one who utterly ruins. He causes destruction. He completely losing himself and others away from the only true God. That is complete destruction. There are many names used in the Bible to describe the devil. But we must always remember that he is a spirit being. He is an angel, fallen from heaven, and he is the chief of other devil spirits, demons, or other angels which also fell. I will read a little bit more about that as we progress in the book of Revelation. The spirits which are following the devil are evil because they willingly, actively, and malignantly have already gone and continue to go against God and His Word. They continue to butt up against Him. But however, God has judged them, and their complete fulfillment of their final judgment from God will come to pass at a future time. And again, we'll read about that as we continue in the book of Revelation. Now I want to make it very clear regarding the word abyss. It refers to that place which does not have a bottom to it. That's why it's called abyss. It's very far away, without measured depth, underneath the observed land or sea. Mankind has not seen it, the man of flesh. The place of destruction in which the destroyer, the devil or Satan, is currently able to move and perform his activities is part of the abyss, which is not seen by mankind. However, it is observed by God, and now also by the resurrected Lord Jesus Christ, the new man. In addition, we should note that the abyss is not the same as death or the point of dying. It is not the same as a grave or a tomb. It is not gravedom or the state of being dead. It is not the lake of fire. I have many references written in my book that you can look at a later time yourself. Now, currently the devil is allowed to go into and out of the abyss, along with most of his devil spirits. But some of those devil spirits are imprisoned there because of their previous activities. And that's detailed in the Bible also. You could look at 1 Peter chapter 3, verses 19 and 20, 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 4, and Jude chapter 1, verse 6. Verse 12 continues and says, the woe, the regret, the misery, the distress, emphatically and specifically, the first or number one woe, the first woe, went away. In other words, the effects or events pertaining to the first woe have gone by for John in this which he's seeing by revelation. So he has seen the first woe, what happened during it. And then he says, and look, behold, pay attention. Two woes, two more woes, still go after these things. There are another two woes said to continue following the things detailed above regarding the first woe.